and welcome to a fifth episode. Today I'm just gonna share a story of something that happened during an event that had gone in Nakuru County, and the experience I got there really made me, wish to share the story with some maybe upcoming DJs or artists. And these are stories that have been happening, whereby addressing them, it's an issue because it doesn't sound like a big deal. So last year around July, I went for an event in Nakuru County. It was a traditional wedding, and I was invited by a certain MC, a very famous MC who I won't mention. And when we planned the event, when we planned with him and negotiated even the price, we agreed to meet up at a certain place, All Kalau, at exactly 6 in the morning. And due to being punctual always, at exactly 6 I was in All Kalau, ready to go for the event. But I had to wait for him from 6 up to almost 7:30. That's when he showed up, after I called him to ask where he is. So we went, we boarded a matatu, and we went to the event. The travel was good, everything was okay, until we got to the location. When we got to the event, as always, the person who invites you, the person who calls you, whether the client or someone, the person who calls you to the event is supposed to make sure you're settled in before the event starts. He's supposed to make sure you are settled in. But to my surprise, when we got there, and I looked around and I was like, okay, now I'm ready to set up. I went to him and I was like, yeah, I'm ready to set up. I'll set up my equipment right there next to the other DJ, because the event had 2 DJs. And I was like, would you mind helping me setting up? And he was like, you do this. Find the person who is doing the managing of the ground. Yeah, talk to him. And at this point, he is the one who called me to this event, not the organizers or anybody else. And after telling me this, he just walked away. So I had to go look for the event managers, try to find someone who can at least help me on my own. And at this point, I couldn't tell anyone what I'm doing to that event, because nobody, not even the event manager, called me to that event. The person who called me is the MC, who is now not even in that location. So luckily, the people I found were willing to help, and they helped me set up. Even the other DJ helped me set up. And we tested our machines and they were okay. That was until it happened that the event had 2 separate PA, that is the public address, 2 separate, being managed by 2 different people. And the one that was the one that had many speakers around the ground was on the other side. So we had to shift from the part where we had set up, shift to the other side so that we can set up again. Yeah. And At this point, the MC came back, and I was like, we need to shift from this point to the other. How will you help me? And he was like, my friend, you're the one who knows these things. Do it. Like, really? Okay. That wasn't a big deal, so. And we shifted. Wow. Now, this is what happened after shifting. I couldn't find a table to press near the PA, the other PA. So, due to lack of the table and space, I had to set up behind the podium where the couple was sitting, and behind it nobody could see, not even the cameras which were recording the videos there. Not anyone in the event could say I was there. So I had to perform from behind that podium. Now, I'm behind the podium. But, well, someone taught me, even when you're hidden somewhere, you can still do your best. So, I really did my best. But unfortunately, not so best to our MC. Because every time after every session, he would come behind the tent. And he was like, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, you're messing up this, you're messing up that. The thing that really made me rethink my choices about becoming a DJ was this guy would come behind the tent and was like, my friend, I'm a DJ, I know how to do this. Well, inside me there was someone telling me, if you're a DJ, then why don't you come, mix and play the songs you want to. So that was an issue. The other issue was I am a gospel DJ whereby I only play gospel songs, and this MC was for all that is gospel and the secular. So it would get a point and he would say like, play a certain secular song, and that really offended me because that was not my way. That was not what I always did. So we kind of argued a lot that day, and it was a bit challenging, but I made it through. Yeah. So when it came time to go home, something I forgot to tell you is that he was catering for the transport from to and fro, that is going there and going back home. So when time came for going home, I chose not to go back to town, to Nakuru town, to board another matatu to home. So I chose a fast route whereby take a matatu from that location to Nyahururu. And when we got to a point and he was like, now you go safe and I'll send you your payment plus the transport from that place to where I was going. I went, and it was actually the longest night ever. I remember that was the longest night because I boarded the first matatu which took me to a town, say that it's not going to the Nyahururu. So I had to alight, took another matatu which went up to Subukia, and when it got to Subukia it said it's not going anywhere else, so everybody out. Then the payment was sent, but there was no transport, just the payment we had agreed. Yeah, just the payment, no transport, no nothing. So okay, so when I got to Subukia and I've alighted at Subukia, now waiting for another matatu. Unfortunately, every matatu that came there, they were like, we are not going to Nyahuru. This is our stop, so no more going. So I got stranded at Subukia. And the place where I'd stand, the place I was standing waiting for the matatus, it was actually the place where people would get mugged and everything you were carrying can be taken. So a good Samaritan showed up. He was a motorbike rider. He was a boda rider, and he was like, my friend, where you're standing is very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous, and if someone finds you here, he'll just take everything you have, and they wouldn't even bother to know whether you're from far or whatever. The same moment, some people passed, like 5 men, and was like, do you see these guys? You are lucky that I was here, otherwise you'd be crying at this moment. So this guy offered to help me, and he took me to a safer point where I can wait for a matatu. So when I got to this point, my father called me, and he was...
This show is produced by Harrykingz Production. If you'd like to support our ongoing project, use the details provided on your screen. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share as you continue watching.
Like, where are you at? We didn't need to pick you. Now they were waiting for me at Nyahururu so that we can go home. And I was like, I'm stranded in Subukia, then there's no car. So I called him and I was like, do this, please come for me and I'll pay. I'll just fuel the car and we'll go. So after like 2 hours they came. So the money that I was being paid, I took all of it and sent it to my father to refuel the car, because they had taken time to come for me. It was almost 11 p.m. at this point. It was almost 12. It was almost 12. I remember it was around 11 at night. So they came for me and we went home. Later, this MC, so when I got home, I just couldn't bear it. Like, this is my career, this is my dream of becoming a DJ, but this challenge is too much for me. And I took my phone and I told the MC I didn't enjoy working with him, and the way he treated me, the way he forced me to play secular songs. Whereas I had already told him, whenever we were doing the interview, I had already told him I'm not a secular DJ, I'm a gospel DJ. After talking to him, so like, I just got to a point and was like, I think if that's the way we're going, then we should not work together anymore. And it was like, if that's what you thought, and I don't want to mislead you, and yeah. So it was done. And that was all for working together. So next day, a client had called me for a wedding, a wedding in Nairobi. Called him to be the MC. And when she told me about calling him to be in the wedding, I just went to the text and I was like, if he's the one being called, then I'm not comfortable working in the same, in the same place as him. So I'll offer my place and tell him to go with his own DJ to that wedding. And the client was like, what's happening? What did? So I told her my story, my side of the story. And I told her, you shouldn't listen to my story. You shouldn't listen to my story. You need perfection. This MC is perfect for that wedding. So call him, but tell him to come with his own DJ, because I won't be able to work with him again. So the lady was like, okay, let me talk to him and try to know his side of the story. I don't know what they talked, I don't know what happened, but when she came back to me, she was like, I've decided it's a no, because he kind of talked rude to me and this and that. I don't know if it's true, but that's what she told me, that he talked rude. Yeah, and I guess it's true, because when I tried to convince that MC to go to that wedding and take his own DJ, he kind of talked rude and was like, I don't deal with such clients. And so I think, yeah, that happened. But my experience with him was not what I expected. This guy he's a super MC, the greatest of all. Yeah, he's this guy who can win an award when it comes to MCs. But the experience I got from him really made me rethink about him being a super MC. The way he treats people. So, to every MC out there, this is a message to you. Treat other people rightly. Not because you are the MC means that you can do anything you want. No. We are all there to hustle. We all need the respect. The same way you'd like people to respect you, also respect others. Not just the DJs, even the other people who are in that event you've been called for. See you next time. God bless you.